Okay, so we're taking the halfling to Eiselcross.
Taking the halfling to Eiselcross. Yeah, so when last we left our heroes, who wants to take it? When last we left the Candlecreeps.
Yeah, so what happened was...
What happened was...
we were on the way, tracking down that lead that we got, taking us to that separate city, which was called...
Millport.
That's right. You're correct, everyone. Good job. So
I
Millport...
made it up, and I'm the DM. Yes, I'm correct.
So you made that up? Is this one of your maps?
Yeah, I put you guys in my other campaign's world just for the hell of it.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. We're on a complete different part of the continent from where my other campaign is happening.
Oh, I'm frightened and confused.
But yeah, I just dropped you guys in for the hell of it, so you're all now, your characters exist in that world. Which is why some character choices I'm having a really hard time working into that world. But it's wonderful. Anyway, when last we left our heroes, you were tracking down leads.
Yes, in Millport specifically, that the books that cause those apparitions to appear all seem to stem from this one merchant who sells in that one particular place and will try to sell his wares by reading parts of his books out loud to try to entice customers. I remembered that detail so specifically. While we were on the way, though, we got ambushed by some giant rats and a were-rat, and that took a while because
I couldn't hit it with my leg!
And I couldn't let it go, and I recognized that.
I was complicit in this. It's
fine. But that just means that we get Candlecreeps Part 3, so that's cool.
That's right. Mm-hmm. More adventure.
Oh, I enjoyed that combat. I thought it was, despite my protests, I thought it was great fun.
Oh, it was. And I'm playing I'm running a frickin' were-rat. I only have so many tricks up my sleeve.
Yeah.
But I did every goddamn thing I could think of to slip away there. And I was sure that turning into the rat and dropping into the underbrush, you guys would lose me.
Yep. I just ran another game where this character was supposed to get away, and they just kept insisting on pursuing it. He's long gone. Which part of he's long gone are you not getting here?
Hey y'all, challenge rating ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah.
Okay. See, you guys got ambushed. You dispatched with all of the rats and were-rats. I believe you guys finished your long rest after that?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, this is probably your last day on the road. You should, barring some unforeseen events, hit Amberhaven by late afternoon. Or not Amberhaven, Millport.
Millport.
So you are, you should, like I said, you should arrive around noon, or a little after noon. And, that happens if you guys just spend the day marching.
Yep. Matlock's just marching along, whistling.
Yeah, we'll say that you roll in, you hit the gates at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right.
You come into the lower city of Millport. Millport's a coastal city. It's hustling and bustling. You guys remember where you are headed?
Bookseller district?
Is it just the market? Is there a bookseller district?
a market.
There was a market, and it had a name.
We just watched Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and I got a little portable. You know, the district where they sell those things.
I remember I really loved that film. I have no idea how it holds up these days.
It's wild for sure. British, I don't get to see the British fighting the Nazis all the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's a new kind of Nazi film. And there's Nazis in it. I don't know. There's Nazis!
It's got Nazis!
I think you'll find the British very famously fought the Nazis.
But it's not well represented in American cinema, I think.
That's true.
Is what Becky was getting at.
Thank God for Walt Disney.
Oh, boy.
If not for Walt Disney, Americans would know so little about British and Irish culture.
Yeah, we watched
So
Darby
true.
And wouldn't that be for everybody's benefit?
Oh, aye, to be sure.
Huh.
They have Sean
Oh, speaking
Connery
of,
with an Irish accent.
I think
Brent?
we're gone way
Trying-
off fucking
trying
track
to-
here.
yeah, we are.
we're
Yeah.
in
So
the
there was
market.
a name
Portobello
for
Road.
the market you are looking for.
It's Portobello Road.
Oh, I think I have it. Sorry, I was working on a character sheet.
Oh, it's come. I have it too.
Yeah, something Dune.
Oh, I
We
have
got
it.
Dune.
A wide.
The Wide is the name
better.
of the district. Something Dune. Something Dune is the name of the actual stall within the district.
I had
Oh,
this
okay.
Frigga Dune.
I have Crystal and Noon for some reason now. Maybe I'm
It could have
supposed to meet
been my
somebody
stuffy
at the
nose.
Crystal at noon. I don't.
Okay.
And we're looking for a rusty red ginger. That's my other note.
The other sorry. Yes, you remember it is called the Wide, which is located in the upper city, so you would assume beyond the upper gates, which you can actually see several blocks up ahead of you, uphill a little bit. The streets of the lower city run pretty much straight to the upper city. So coming through there, it's pretty apparent from the flow of traffic and the sights and the sounds that the Wide is pretty much straight up ahead. And as you come into it, it's actually, because of the time of the year, getting towards dusk at this point by the time you get up to the Wide, 5-ish. And you notice the streets of the district are illuminated by magical lights. There are a lot of this is the upper city, so a lot of luxury boutiques selling a lot of imported wares, a lot of like silverware that's been imported, wares made out of silver, I should say.
Oh, a vast
Yeah.
means.
I mean, both, I guess. A lot of fancy street side cafes, very elegantly dressed residents.
It's like Lake Geneva.
Yep.
Wow. The most beautiful place on earth.
Is it okay for Cordy to be like seen in public? Like he's got like a cloak on and stuff. Like he's pretty well wrapped up, but it's
Like,
definitely straight up burlap.
you get the impression. You can give me an insight or a perception check to see how you're being taken as you walk into the Wide.
Sure.
Whichever one of those you think.
I think rules as written, like perception would be more like noticing the behavior. And that's also going to be like a 20.
That is a 20.
That's fine by me. So, yeah. So, especially in this region, you get looks of some people think that you must be some sort of performance art that they're not particularly interested in. But yeah, this is some sort of street art performance. That what the fuck? And some people think you might be some sort of Goliath from the country bumpkin.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
They don't really know how to take you, but they're not acting like aggressive or like they're going to actually do anything about it.
Well, better to be ignored than reviled, I guess.
That's good.
You notice that the city watch seems to be pretty prevalent up here. This is definitely the bougie district where, pickpockets are actively discouraged by the law. And it is a pretty sprawling area. It's not small.
Is there like a map kiosk or something that we can?
Give me another either perception or investigation. I don't care.
Oh, okay. You know what? I think
It's a one shot. Rules are loosey goosey. Roll a dice. Say a number.
Ooh, okay. And I'm also going to use my knowledge from a past life ability.
Ooh, sweet.
2 times. So I'm using some knowledge that is coming to me in flashes in order to make this check. And I get to add D6. Wow!
Whoa!
Okay, so
Oh my god!
I got a natural 20, and I rolled a 6 on that. So that's 26 plus 5, so that's a 31.
Did you slice a chicken over the Gygax dice, or what?
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, that literally just happened. 31.
So you said
You still
what?
failed.
31. Nice.
Yeah, you have a literal photographic memory of the layout of the wide. Not necessarily what shops are where, because those things, this is a market district, those things change. But as far as the streets and blocks, you know it perfectly.
I have no idea why.
No.
Good fungus man.
Well, lead on, Swamp Thing.
So, yeah, you know that, of course, the most bougie and fancy and expensive shops are on this main thoroughfare through the wide, and then off to the left and the right, it kind of trickles out into smaller shops and less fancy establishments.
All right.
Let's split up.
You're fired.
Okay.
So we go in. This guy was not a high-end merchant, right? He was just like just a peddler.
I mean, how big can this market really be? Right? How big? Like, can we wander it in like 4 or 5 hours?
Yes, absolutely.
We just
It is
traveled for
like
3
dark.
days. I think 4 hours of like literally wandering to find this guy is not that onerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
enough.
we could take our time with it.
Dorian walks up to the first stall that she sees.
Yeah, it's a street bakery with fresh pastries, breads, and cakes. Sign says 1 silver piece each.
I will buy
Okay.
a nice loaf of bread, probably like a baguette, and I will pay my silver piece. But while I'm there, I would like to talk to the vendor. And
You
what am I looking at?
looking at mid-40s. Well, what for a human would be mid-40s, half-elf woman.
Well, then, as you know, as I am handed the bread, I say, "Oh, good days alive! This is the most delicious smelling bread and stall I have ever smelled. You have some real talent. Thank you. I am so excited. Also, someone like you. I'm wondering if you could help me a little bit. I am looking for a friend of mine. Is a real picky person, and their birthday is coming up, and they mentioned a store that a vendor they really liked, but I can't remember the name of it exactly. Are you familiar with anybody named Dune, or their stall called Dune? Because I'm really trying hard to find something that's going to make this
She
person
said,
happy for their birthday.
Off the top of my head, no. But do you know what they were selling?
My friend is really into books, and I think they got something real special from them once.
Well, most of the book vendors aren't on the main drag here. They're more off in the northeast quarter.
Northeast quarter. Okay. Do you have any book vendors that you personally get along with real well? Because I mean, somebody that bakes as well as you must have.
It is a Southern charm. It's super effective.
I can't say I do. I have this, and she pulls out a library card.
Oh, I love it. The library was one of my favorite places as a kid. Seriously, thank you so much. This conversation was just delightful. I appreciate you. I hope you have I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope all of your dough rises tomorrow.
Smart.
And I walk out and I chew the end with a mouthful of bread. I'm like, let's go northeast.
This does remind me, though, on the way, we've just been traveling for 3 days eating crappy food. Max would really love to find like some delicious dumplings.
Dumplings? Okay, let me see here.
Okay.
Or any other kind of like street food, like, street taco equivalent. That's the kind of stuff.
There are all kinds of, like I said, this is a pastry stand, but there are all kinds of stands. You see one. So yeah, you can find pretty much anything you want. You find a place called Heath's Hot Drinks if you want something to drink. Well, actually, I take that back. This is actually a warmer time of year, so it's repainted. You can literally see where it was repainted to Heath's Cool Drinks. That serves chilled fruit juice and iced tea. And yeah, I'd say if you're up for treating yourself, you can find anything you want for a silver piece.
I will spend that silver piece for some delicious.
You want dumplings?
Dumplings, I think, are going to be because you can just hold them right in your hand and eat. Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yep, you can straight up find some dumplings. Yeah, whatever you're looking for.
Delicious.
Can I run up the side of a building and do some parkour and try to get an overview from above the stalls?
You sure could. Like I said, there are a bunch of veterans of the from the watch that are wandering around.
Oh, that may not be a great idea then, huh?
Well, it's something that they would probably take notice of. Other people don't seem to be doing that around you.
All right, I'll leave it for now.
You could try to slip off to the side and find a more discreet place to give it a go if you want.
Okay, what would I need for that? I mean, I for the parkour, I've got the acrobatics, but I guess I'd probably need what?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Stealth? I have a pretty high stealth.
Yeah, you still would probably want to get off the main drag here before you tried something like that. Just try to find a bit more of a back alley.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to look around for one, I'd say is everybody following along?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that as if you wander in a generally, what did I say, northeast? Yep. If you start wandering a little bit northeast, within a couple minutes, you are able to find some back alleys that don't have anybody at least standing right there looking at you.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a parkour check.
D20 plus 5. Roll 20. 23.
23. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. This building, you managed to find a back alley of an actual building. So there are some actual buildings, a lot of stalls. In the wide, it's kind of very hodgepodge. But yeah, you can get up to the top of the second floor building. And what specifically are you looking for?
Well, I'm going to look off to the northeast and see if I can see with my eagle eyes anything that looks like a stall full of books.
Okay. So yeah, just generally looking off to the northeast, it looks like the small stalls get less and less elaborate and smaller, and not quite as opulent as it gets off to the northeast. Give me a perception check. Let's see if you can actually.
21.
21. Damn. Yeah, so pretty much due northeast, you can't quite tell for sure at this distance, but you think you might see a banner above a stall with a picture of a book on it. Probably quarter mile, pretty much straight northeast.
Okay. I'll climb on back down and tell my comrades what I have seen.
You have to have a picture of a book so that people who can't read know what you sell there.
That's it's like those cash registers at like fast food places where they have a picture of the fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to appetize your senses.
Right.
That's fair.
Sorry.
So yeah, there's a banner up there with a picture of a book about quarter mile northeast, and the stalls are not as fancy. So so take your street tacos and dumplings and let's go.
Let's go find the book.
Let's go. Yeah.
And with our walking tacos, we go a walking.
Yep.
Oh God, walking tacos sounds really good.
I know.
Yeah, so things look kind of different from the ground as they do from above, and especially when you are winding your way over there. Somebody give me a Somebody justify a check and give it to me to find the stall when you're in the area. Different people might approach it different ways, so I want to see what you guys got.
Well, I mean, we have a photographic.
I mean, it can just be a straight. Okay.
You know, like Cordy would know quick ways to, like, if.
That's true. Okay.
You know, if Pirelli could give like an as the crow flies direction, and someone else in the party has a near perfect recall of the street layout. I just think we could get
that's
close to
fine.
Right away.
Cordy.
Yep.
Why don't you just give me a perception check quick?
Okay. Probably not going to be as good as the first one.
And what do I have? I don't have like wayfinding. I think I just have navigation.
Got, 23.
23. Okay. Yeah. You turn by turn perfect, and as you turn down this particular alleyway, you notice it about halfway down, and you point straight to it, and you say, "Amber Dune Books."
All right. Black Books.
Well, I take that back from you. You point at it, or you see it, and then you decide what you do with it. I'm sorry.
There it is.
Okay, perfect.
No,
and yes, you all look and see a sign that says Amber Dune Books.
There she goes.
And let me roll something here real quick.
While God is doing that, how do we want to play this, you guys think?
Ask where they got the...
Just buy the book.
Question. Yeah. Buy the rest of the book.
All right. Do you guys think I should stay out here? Like, I'm not going to freak anybody out, right?
Come on in, lad. Sorry, was that too hardy for my husband?
No, I'm playing the bit.
I'm playing the bit. Ow, all right. Come on in. What are they going to say to you that they'll say in front of me?
All right.
It won't fuck anybody up if they're mean to you.
It's not even that. I don't want to bother anybody.
Yeah, we're not going to bother anybody. Let's check it out.
So yeah, as you guys all approach, you do indeed, as you get close, start hearing through the din of the traffic around you, someone loudly orating from a book, it would seem. And as you approach closer, you see, yes, there is indeed someone kind of standing on the edge of the stall on the outside, and he's got a music stand in front of him with a book open, and he's reading from it. You also notice a woman in the back who is quietly going about just putzing around and talking to a couple customers and rearranging some books, stuff like that.
Matlock. So could Matlock perhaps make an insight check to see if he can discern that there's any kind of spell casting going on here, or any kind of because we brought this up in our last thing. If he was luring people in with by basically casting a spell as he was reading aloud. So I'm wondering, I would assume Matlock would have some insight into spell casting, being a wizard.
So yeah, you're not packing detect magic. But I would let you do. Yeah, what the hell, Lucy?
But I could
give me an insight check if you want.
Or I could do Arcana. Either one.
Which would I was going to make you do Arcana, but I was betting your insight was better.
No, they're the same.
Oh, yeah. Then give me an Arcana check.
Okay. And that's great. That's 7.
It seems like from what you're seeing, you're still several feet away, I think. It seems like a bookstore with some fancier and some antique books, but they're either seem to be really nice bindings or very old beat up bindings.
Okay. Then I defer.
Not a lot of mass market paperback.
When Dorian hears the person or notices the person orating, she would actually actively hang back a little bit. She would gesture for everybody else to keep going, but she wants to stay back and observe for a minute.
Cordy kind of slows down and breaks from the rest of the group.
Basically, I want to keep an eye on my cohort's behavior to see if anything adjusts, and I want to watch the other people nearby to see if any behaviors change in a way that doesn't necessarily jive with normal book perusing.
Okay.
Give me a I'll leave it up to you again. Perception or insight check.
We're gonna percept you're gonna percept this fucker. Yeah.
You just got
be nice to me, glitter dice.
A natural 20.
That's a natural 20.
So
a total of 25 with a 25. Yeah.
I mean, your party is a little odd, and Cordy especially is a lot odd for kind of. Well, still, I mean, you guys are within the general sphere of this stall, I think. I mean, if you can see them, they can see you. And yeah, this is kind of an eclectic bunch. So you're getting a little bit of a side eye from random people, but nothing that you would think you would expect you wouldn't get, I guess.
Is there anybody who is actively not?
I don't see anybody. No, you don't see anybody that's like actively not paying attention. I mean, like I said, the woman inside the stall is busy doing stuff, and a few other people are busy doing stuff, but no one's like pointedly ignoring you.
Okay, I would still sit back and observe while everybody else goes.
I'm gonna hang back a little bit too because I thought I saw a red cloak somewhere, and since I am pursued by the cult, I think I'll hang back with Dorian.
Cam, I don't know if there's such a thing as a passive intimidation check, but I feel like if Nell had too many eyes on her, I just feel her like kind of puffing up her chest and like poking out her chin a little bit. And I do not want to start a fight or cause a scene, but I do sort of want to imagine this like this armor against the evil eye, just like boom, just flexing and deflecting all of the glances.
I mean, you know, it's kind of like if a bunch of people showed up dressed like the X-Men on State Street, like people would glance at you anyway.
Yeah, but it's still like,
but it's
don't stare.
Yeah, but okay, I gotcha. I dig that.
Well,
so who's actually approaching the bookstore at this point?
Max will go.
At least
Max
I'm slowly waiting for the rest of the team to just say, you know, I think I'm hanging back too.
No, I'll go in. I'll go into the store.
No hanging back for Max.
Yeah, nope. I mean, this is a pretty small open stall. It looks like they probably pack up at the end of the night. It's not like a actual store that you're going into.
It's like
it's only enclosed on 3 sides. And the roof overhead is tent, you know.
A very art festival.
Yeah. There's the guy kind of on the corner. He's reading from a book, and then there's the woman inside. You guys just go in and start poking around?
Yeah, I guess I'd be thinking of books similar to the one that started it all. I mean, Dorian got punched in the face. So I assume she would have I'm not gonna play for Katie, but I was just
correction punched in my brain.
That's right, it was your brain, not your face. That is a truth.
Right, punch in the brain.
Yeah, I mean, as you're looking around, you're just noticing there are either very nice copies of kind of high literature, and then there are old manuscripts, and this is definitely for a book stall, a high-end book stall. That seems to deal more in rarities and antiques. As you're poking around, the woman manning the stall comes over and introduces herself, and she says, "Hi, I'm Avani. If I can help you find anything, let me know." And she's not too intrusive. And she moves on to another customer.
Yeah, I guess go up and ask her about. Now I'm getting too up in my head about how to character monologue it. Yeah, ask her about the. I'm sorry that I can't remember the name of the book.
That's fine. But Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions.
Yeah, you know. something along the lines of like, well, the title isn't very catchy, but it made quite a ruckus at my local library. Do you remember seeing such a book, or has anyone around here come into such an acquisition?
Do we want to play our hand?
Well, I think why don't we? So Max will go up to her and say, "We heard tell of this. We a friend of ours donated a copy of." Now I'm seeing Maserati Disparities. That's all I can think of.
That's fine.
I donated it to
My job is done.
Donated it to the library at Candlekeep, and we were very impressed with it. And I was wondering where you might have obtained that particular volume, because we would be interested in obtaining more volumes of a similar nature.
Avani says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I work the stall. I'm not involved in our acquisitions."
Oh, well, who might we speak to who would know?
Oh, Corvala.
Excellent. Would you be able to introduce us?
Certainly. She will be. Let's see here. It's probably 6 o'clock now. Yeah, I'll say 6 o'clock now. She'll be by when we pack up tonight in 2 hours.
Oh, well, superior. In the meantime,
yes, if you're welcome to poke around until then, but otherwise, if you want to just swing back here at closing time, I'm sure she'd be happy to talk with you.
I shall do both. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Max shrugs and informs those who held back of this turn of events and says, I'm still kind of hungry. I think I might go and just get some more food and come back in a couple hours. Anybody want some drinks as well?
Drinks!
Nell. I knew it. I knew you could do this.
Dorian is really interested in just finding a bench and listening more to this orator.
You know what? I would say that, yeah, this is a big pedestrian mall. There are actually, they don't have any benches. They just have giant flat top rocks dropped around that people seem to be sitting on.
Okay.
And now I can't hear
bread.
Katie.
If y'all want to go grab some food,
okay, there, we're back.
Oh no! I just want to, y'all go get food, whatever you like. I'm going to munch on bread, and I just want to sit here and...
Nice.
Okay, and actually, so, yeah, what's everybody else going to do, I guess?
Well, drinks.
Okay, drinks and food for everyone except Dorian. Okay.
I got bread, I'm good.
So, yeah, I'll say you guys, do you try to find drinks and food fairly close by, or do you double all the way back to...
No, I don't want to go all the way back. Close by.
Yeah, I'd stay in the vicinity.
It doesn't have to be top-notch of anything as far as Max is concerned. Right now, he's feeling the glow of, like, they've had a long trip. He had a good meal. He's got a good lead. He's feeling pretty good. Just need a bit of drinking and a bit more.
You can kind of a couple rows over. You find kind of a bigger stall that is pretty much a street side bar and grill, and you can get hamburgers and beer.
Perfect. Salty food and an alcohol sounds perfect.
So yeah, hour and a half, we'll say, goes by. You guys eat your burgers and sip your beer. Dorian, you're sitting there on the rock, and I'd say probably before everybody else gets back, you do notice a third person show up and start kind of working around the shop a little bit, kind of counting down the cash drawer, that kind of stuff.
Do they have red hair and tan skin?
Let me check.
They have tan hair and red skin.
That would be wild.
Got it.
A fine khaki mane. I broke my streak, by the way. It did not continue to roll doubles on my 2 slime dice.
You didn't get 93 heads in a row?
Sure.
No, I did not get 93 heads in a row. That is the whole. Yeah.
Where did the red hair and tan? Where did that come from? I don't
Sure,
even
they have
remember
red
that.
hair.
Okay.
It was in my notes. Actually, wait. A loud, extroverted middle-aged man reading from his
Well,
books.
that
to
was
customers
that
over
was the
red
guy
hair.
that was
That must be the order.
reading, certainly. Yeah, this third person that shows up
Okay.
is a taller woman, with well, she has kind of a hood up. You can't really see what color her hair is, but like a lot of the they all kind of have a tanner complexion.
Okay. As I have been listening for what you said, an hour and a half, do I know? I mean, for one, do I notice anything strange from Shopper's behaviors? And two, is whatever he's reading actually?
You know what? He kind of switches up every 20 minutes or so. He's not reading an entire book. And yeah, it kind of fades in and out. Some of them, well, it depends on what you find interesting, I suppose. But he does read with flair and panache, and he reads some naval history. He reads kind of a natural science book, and a few others. So, anything about fish? The naval history book.
Yeah.
You keep hoping he's going to get around to something about fish, and it just never quite comes around. Like every time you think he's about finally to get involved in the fish, it goes on to something else.
Very.
And just as he's closing that one, he says, "Next week, chapter 2, all the shit about fish."
All the shit about fish. Come back next week for
come back all next week for all the shit about fish.
Well, Nell was extremely interested.
But he
totally moving around there with her turkey leg or whatever, her burger.
Yeah, and he doesn't like just reads. He pauses and gets a drink of water and is kind of just having fun with it.
Cool.
So you guys, when do you guys wander back over?
Well, when the tall lady shows up and is like,
okay, I'll say you guys wander over after an hour and a half, about 20 minutes before you were told to show up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yep, yeah, you guys wander over and you find Dorian having finished the bread, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the rock, listening to this guy talk about the life cycle of oak trees. And you guys notice this third person poking around the shop as well.
Ask her.
Oak trees are overrated.
Which trees are? Oak trees.
Overrated.
Oak trees.
And with that, he shuts his book and he starts to slowly start working on winding down the day as well.
Right.
There are still a couple people real casually kind of poking around, but the scene is definitely being put to sleep.
Right.
Let's ask the.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Max can walk right on in.
Yeah.
And, the person who's counting change or whatever, however you described it. Yeah.
The tall.
Hello. I was here a couple of hours ago. I was inquiring. I was told that you might know about how the book Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions was acquired. For I've seen a copy of it and am interested in. Me and my company here are interested in finding more volumes of similar types.
And she says, "Oh yes, Mazfroth's. That was quite the treasure. I picked that up from a trader in Haspis."
Haspis, is that a city?
Yes.
Is that another 3 days travel?
Probably more. You would have to get on a boat.
Okay. I see. Were there more like it, or was this kind of a chance find? Please forgive these questions if they are too intrusive. Very.
Oh
curious.
no, I bought a handful of volumes from him, but Mazfroth was certainly the crown jewel in that collection. The others were certainly worthwhile books, but not in the same league at all.
Oh, one of the collection didn't contain a copy of The Dark Hunger by any chance?
Was that the other book that?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
She says no. That
And Fallen Tethhammer
is a. I'm sorry. I'm Corvala. You folks are.
Blockchain.
Okay.
You can call me the Admiral Nell.
And are you also book traders, or? I'm sorry, these just aren't the kind of questions my customers normally ask.
No,
And frankly,
no.
you don't look like my normal customers.
Our interest was piqued in a particular tome that punched my friend here in the brain. And we just
Oh, I'm outside the orator. I don't know if I'm even
And
close
she
by.
kind of gives a nod and kind of a weird half smile. Give me a insight check.
You're asking Nell?
I'm a pretty insightful lassie. Insight is a +1. All right. No. Ah, son of a bitch. That's not going to be a very good insight check. That's looking like a 10. That'll be a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she kind of gives this weird half nod that you can't quite tell if it's nervous or just confused and humoring you guys, or you can't quite get a read on what she's thinking right now.
She's uncomfortable. I just don't know why.
Yeah.
Right.
Or not even uncomfortable, but just you know that confused nod when like.
It's very customer servicey.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But she does. As you guys are probing a little deeper, she's clamming up just a little bit, and doesn't know what to make of you guys.
I think I would, at the very least, take off my hat and say, we don't mean to intrude, and we don't mean to accuse, and we certainly don't mean to offend. Thank you for the time that you're spending answering our questions.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a volume you were perhaps looking for that I can help you find?
Metagame there is, right? We're looking for tomes like that one.
Oh, I don't think anyone had told you specifically to seek out a particular tome or anything.
We're just trying to figure out why it happened. What happened?
Well,
where it came from.
No. I was just going to say like.
Go ahead, Damon.
Well, I can see that we're off putting you a little bit.
Certainly no.
Suffice it to say that our interest is both personal and, we've sort of been, in a way, hired to seek more volumes like this. It piques our interest, and we appear to have a skill set that would make it easier for us to obtain the volumes like that.
I mean, we are adventurers.
I do have a couple other rare volumes that are not in condition for sale yet.
Oh,
but
blockchain eyebrow up.
I might be able to bring them by tomorrow if you would care to at least take a glance at them.
That sounds ideal. Wonderful.
Rub my little fingies together.
Yeah, thank you.
These volumes don't come cheap, you understand.
Understood.
Okay. Yes, I will come and open up the shop tomorrow. We will be open by 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, early. Perfect. Until then.
Until then. And she goes back to packing up the contents of the shop and slowly moving them onto the waiting cart.
All right. Love it.
He's actually doing more of the lifting and putting boxes into the cart while the other two kind of get stuff into the boxes.
Okay. Dorian walks over to him and says, so, like, you're reading? Really good. I'm wondering, could I,
I'm sorry, I guess ask your question first.
I was wondering if maybe I could, buy you dinner and you could
give me some sort of charisma check. I don't. You decide whether you're deception checking or whether you're persuasion checking. That's up to you.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
I thought I had better charisma.
Let me check something here. That's not terribly great. His eyes narrow for a second, and he says, "Let me finish packing up the cart and sending it on its way, and I'd be more than happy to share a drink."
Oh, okay, that sounds like
yeah. So it won't be long.
I'll wait for you out here.
Who is this person?
Cool. Dorian walks away.
Okay.
And
what are the rest of you guys going to do?
I continue to watch this fungal growth going on my arm.
Okay.
That is 4-hour introspective.
Well, so it sounds like Dorian has a date coming up. Are the rest of you just gonna find some lodging for the night, or?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Okay.
Maybe an evening drink as well.
I think
that sounds like a plan.
I think I'll go with Dorian. Like
on the date.
Is it actually? Is it?
This guy's gonna have a great night.
Was I not? Was I reading that wrong? Is it a date? Is it actually a date? Do you like him or just?
Roll an insight check.
You bet I will. Come here. How is my insight? It's not the best. You might be surprised for an officer of the Navy. It's a 14.
We tied. I rolled a check. I would say Dorian is up to something. You have never seen her. I mean, you've known her for like 2 days or 5 days. You thought she preferred a different flavor of Tootsie Roll, but whatever.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Like, maybe Nell would do a vibe check. Like, how would you feel about some accompaniment? Because I can't run like I can't do the thing where I have a cloak over my head and like hang out in the corner of the same restaurant. I can't run that kind of pass interference, but like.
So we will work out a thing where I say, okay, so this is probably only going to take me like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. At 2 hours, if you don't see me come out of that restaurant while you all had dinner before, come in and fix some sort
got
of
it. I'm on
so I
it.
can get the fuck out of there.
It's like the girl code. The girl
Thank
code.
you.
Dating.
No secondary locations.
Now, if you walk in there and you say there's an emergency, and I tell you, and I come up with some excuse, like some ridiculous excuse not to go with it.
I'm glad I don't have to date anymore.
You know what the rock's about to be dead.
So anyway, I wait for my dinner date.
You were saying.
So while Dorian is waiting the next several minutes here, let me get this straight. Nell, you are going to hang out across the street from wherever they go on the state? Is that the...
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And the rest of you are going off to find lodging?
Yes, but I'm planning on slipping back out again after that's obtained and
All right.
wandering the streets a bit.
Okay. Okay, so just to split the party up and fast track this bit, I will say, what types of lodging are you guys looking for? Just in the PHB, you know, the squalid, the poor, the medium, the fancy.
Oh, medium. For
Medium.
Me.
Okay. I will say you guys can find that. Are you guys each getting your own room tonight? How's that working out?
I think I should bunk by myself if that's okay with everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah,
you Cordy, you get the impression that the innkeeper wants to be welcoming, but you do get the impression that this is a room at the end of the hallway that was probably halfway through getting some maintenance done, and likely not to be occupied again for several days that they stick you in.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, it's fine, but you can just tell that they took some dust covers off of some stuff, and this room hasn't been used a whole lot. But yeah, you guys get the whatever the regular price is in the player's handbook. Deduct that from your. I think it's a silver a night. I can't remember.
Whatever, it's inconsequential.
Yeah. You guys do have enough for it. Yeah, so you guys get that no problem. And Pirelli, you were gonna go back out?
Yes. I was going to go out. I was going to go out and wander through the streets a little bit and hide in the shadows and see what's what.
Was there anything in particular you were going to be trying to look for?
I am seeing if I'm being followed.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna smash cut to Dorian here, and we'll come back to you in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, Dorian. So, no. Are you like waiting with Dorian, or do you at this point go off somewhere? Nell, are you there?
No, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were addressing Dorian. Please.
No, so do you hang with Dorian waiting for dude to come over, or do you like go off down the street a little bit so it doesn't look like you're hanging there?
Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm not an inconspicuous person, so I don't want to play it too close, but I want to be like, probably not watching like a hawk and being creepy either, but I would definitely be aware of when we're around that 2 hour mark, and I'd want to have good direct eye line to the door. So like close enough, but across the street would make a lot more sense than.
Okay,
like,
so we'll say you're across the street at this point from the stall. After 15-20 minutes, the stall gets packed up, and the gentleman walks over to you, and he's
Dorian has
wonderful.
let her
And
hair
did she take
down,
off
by
her
the way.
glasses?
Doesn't have
Okay,
glasses,
gotcha.
but she would if she did.
Yeah, and he
Mhm.
says, "So where are you taking me?"
Well, my friend said that this restaurant over here was really tasty earlier, so I thought I'd take you there.
Of course, yeah,
Since
let's
I'm
go.
new to town and all. Okay, and I'm so sorry. I have to admit I was a little bashful before.
Rama,
What's your
and
name?
you? Dory.
Is this a rendezvous with
I'm
Rama?
Dory.
Oh no, that's terrible.
RAMAH. If anybody's keeping score.
Okay. Thank you. So, as we walk, I'm like, so, how did you get into orating like you do?
Well,
you have a real gift.
truth be told, a lot of times, working a bookstore is mind-numbingly boring. I mean, I gotta be honest.
It seems like you just.
I certainly like reading, but yeah. So I decided to pass the time to start reading out loud. Yep.
That was such a good idea. Oh, there's the sirens again. Sorry.
Wow, that really sounded like sirens around our house. That was wild.
Stand by.
Okay, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it needs to pass you, and then it needs to pass me because we're on opposite ends of the house. I know. Okay, but with the windows on opposite sides, the sound. But anyway, I digress.
Estate.
Yeah. So he says that he got into it mostly as a way to kill time while manning a bookstall.
Oh, that's such a smart idea. You must be the brains of the
And
operation.
he says, "Oh, it's a team effort, but Corvala is definitely the driving force."
Oh, well, I mean, if she's the driving force, she must be something really magnificent. I mean, look at you. I mean, to be better. Wow. I mean, you're something. She must be really special.
Yeah. I mean, she does a pretty good job holding the clan together. That's what she does.
Does she, it seems like, do y'all have lots of like really interesting clientele? Do you just meet all kinds of amazing
sure. And
people?
as you seem to be inviting it, he goes into some stories about the different people that come through the stalls. I assume you guys are sitting down having dinner at this point.
Funny.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He talks for a while about some of the characters that he's seen.
So, tell me about the most dangerous person who's ever come in your shop.
I really couldn't say. Yeah, he doesn't really want to get in. Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, with someone as strong and smart as you, and someone as influential as Corvala, I mean, surely you have to have some really fascinating connections.
Oh, I mean, we're really just traveling booksellers. That's all we are. That's okay.
Insight check. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, he seems to be earnest about that.
So if I told you that I liked dangerous books, could you help me?
Can you give me a deception check?
put my hand on
give me a
his
deception check.
forearm while I say this, by the way. With advantage because I'm flirting with him? No? Ah, you heartless
She asked
DM.
her husband for advantage on flirting with another man.
Yes, I do. Oh no!
Okay.
Natural one.
Yeah, he says, I've really been dominating the conversation here. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about yourself? What brings you to town?
Oh, well, so I have to admit, I'm from this really small town, and I've spent most of my childhood fishing, and I really wanted to see part of the world. So I found some of the most interesting people I could find that just seemed really smart, and I asked them if I could come with them, and I don't really know why they're here. I just thought I'd come with them.
Would that warrant a deception check?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty accurate.
Or is that just straight up?
I don't know. I think she's being like sort of dizzy enough that he'd be like, "All right,"
The problem,
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying for. It's in the read.
He seems willing to roll with that.
Yeah, he would be.
I just, if I'll be honest, they're just, the boys back home just weren't very interesting, and I was trying to find somebody a little bit more appealing to my personal tastes.
Oh boy. Now you do realize that in actual, online dating in the actual world, this guy would be out the door by now.
Yeah, I know. I keep waiting for it to happen. Like I'm trying to how to lose a guy in 10 days. This dude, and it's not and whatever.
Especially with that last roll you had, you definitely sense a shift. Yeah, and he's absolute. He actually he doesn't just straight up split, but he definitely focuses on eating his meal quickly, and he says, after a little bit, it's this was really nice, but it's been a really long day, and I better be getting home.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then all of a sudden, Dorian could just completely body shifts again, and she's like, "Yeah, you're not my type anyway. Can you just tell me if I can find somebody to buy some black market books from me, because I've really got some shit to do."
I'm
really
sorry, we don't deal in anything illicit. Thank you. Have a good night. And he is.
I throw down some gold, and I cover the meal.
It was a gambit. You had to take a gambit. All right.
Had to.
Yeah, and he heads off down the street.
Okay. I finished the food that was on his plate.
Yeah, and I would say
I'm hungry.
I think if I saw him leave without Dorian, I would go in and check. So she'd just be eating, right?
Yeah, pulled my hair back up. I'm eating like a gross dude, and I've seen much more like the Dorian you've seen before.
Did you get anything interesting?
Fucking men, I thought all they did was think with their dicks, and he just wasn't biting. I think I just he probably subconsciously could sense that he couldn't handle my animal sexuality, and
honey, so few can.
Yeah, but anyway, I tried to see if I could learn anything, and he either he legitimately like has no idea what the fuck we're talking about, or he's better hiding it than I thought. So, well, I got
to sit down and finish the bread with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I share. Cool.
Next plan was to.
Yeah. So next morning, I suppose.
Yeah, long rest.
Let me.
I guess.
Yep.
I guess.
Long rest for what it's worth.
I'm assuming. I
just
yeah. All night.
Sorry.
Here, roll a. I'm sorry, Jenny.
That's okay.
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay. 1 second. I have to find out where my perception has got it. Plus. Oops, that was an equals. Plus 2. 8.
8. You don't notice anybody following you.
That could be good or bad. Okay.
Okay.
After wandering through time, I slip back into my room, and since I don't really sleep very much, I try to, I get a few restful moments before everybody else gets up.
Okay, so you do not get a long rest.
No, it's more of a short rest, I would think.
Yeah, I'll give you a short rest if you want it.
Even a nap, because it's probably just not much of anything.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look up one piece of info here. Okay, yeah. So are you guys there like right at 8 o'clock on the dot the next morning?
Probably. I'm starting to get a little antsy about.
Okay.
Where we can I kind of want some answers on this.
Okay. Yeah. You guys are there, and if you guys roll in there at 8, they're just about done setting up. The cart is just pulling away. Yeah, and you notice Corvala and 2 different attendants that you didn't see before. Let me see who's there this morning. Yeah, there is a short, younger-looking woman, long braided hair, 2 kind of pigtail braids, and a very almost grandfatherly old man who's kind of quietly humming as he's getting the book set up for the morning. I mean, she's probably in her early 20s. She's an adult, but she's not much over 5 foot.
All right. No, you hear Dorian just say not so quietly, God damn it, why wasn't she working yesterday?
Yeah, they're putzing around, and Corvala notices you guys. Who's approaching?
Max will be there, of course.
Okay.
I'll be there, but I'm not approaching her. I'm more browsing and keeping my ear open.
Matlock will be in tow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she approaches you guys, and she says, "Good morning."
Good morning.
I see you guys are here bright and early. I brought something that you might be interested in.
All right.
Excellent.
Come over this way. Come out of the direct sun.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And they come in and she pulls out a leather wrapped rectangle and sets it down and opens it up, and the binding on the book says Wanderings of a Humble Aasimar.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Is it okay? So we see it. Like, is it? Can we handle it?
Yeah. She invites you. you kind of get the impression that you're welcome to flip through it. She'd rather you didn't pick it up off the table.
Fine. We'll comply.
Yeah, so you flip through it, and it's a 2.
Ready in action.
Okay.
Punch the ghost that tries to punch me in the brain.
Yeah. As you open it up, and as you flip through it, it's a treatise on the Outer Planes.
Oof.
Well, I kind of look at Max. Looks at Matlock. What do you think?
I think this is all very enigmatic this week. Is what I think. I don't know what to think this week. It's a riddle. I don't know. I honestly don't know. What do you think?
Well, it's not hitting me.
Can we make an intelligence check or something to see if we, like, knowing what this book is and the other books that were part of that hall before, the Dark Hunger, the Fallen Tethyamer, and the Mazfroth's Disparities or whatever, is there any sort of thematic similarity in the books?
You want to give me a wisdom check?
Do I? Yeah.
Or justify
Okay.
something for me. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, wisdom is better. I mean,
we'll just
I'm not
see. Yeah,
terribly
if
smart,
you
but I'm
intuit any
wise.
sort of connection.
Okay, I do want to check one thing. Oh, okay, that's about the same.
Yeah, they're all old and expensive.
Who could have guessed?
Okay, yeah. I thought I'd try.
What are we missing here?
Not Dorian.
What are you thinking back there, Cordy? You've been stewing on something in the background.
Well, I have not been. I gotta be frank. Just not sure what to do, frankly.
I'm sorry, I'm in that boat too.
Okay, so maybe we can go, phone a friend on this one for a second. So I had a question. Shit, where'd it go? DM, can you remind us the batch of books, were they all donated to the Candlekeep library by the same person? Were they donated
one of them was donated by the lady on the roof. One was donated by the person in the House of Rest, or not the House of Rest, in the House of the Binder.
Oh, right, and the connection were that.
Remember, there was that acolyte.
Okay, and the connection was just that each of these individual books attacked.
And then the one that you guys found was donated by someone who blew through. I can now, yes.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, sorry. Okay, so the connection between the books was just that they all attacked somebody, not with the subject matter or
they
who donated
were all
it,
donated
or the
within probably a month span of each other. You do remember that both of the people you talked to pointed back to this bookseller.
That is correct.
Okay.
So, what do we think? What do we think the motivation is for? Let's just table talk. What do we think the motivation is for someone, if that's what we think it is, which I am led to believe? If someone's like cursing these books, what cui bono? Like, who is? What is? Yeah. Where's the motive to be taking these, kind of old books and putting a punch ghost inside it?
If I could suggest a different tack just for a moment. why don't we start with the action of saying, what if we were just direct with them and say, hey, we've logged these experiences all leading back to your store.
Just put our cards on the table.
Yeah. What do you have to say to that? Just as a suggestion, I'm not even saying that's something that we should do. I just want to get some conversation going on what the next step is.
Yeah.
Because everything's here.
Yeah.
I don't have any better suggestions. I mean, we can put the cards on the table, and we can check. We can read the room, see how they react to that, and we can approach it like, okay, we're letting you know because either help us find out why you're the connection, so that we can prevent your store from having a bad name.
What if it's the proprietor who's doing the cursing?
See if. Or see if does somebody have beef with the library? We could go in there and just say, listen, we're trying to gain access to the what do they call it, the secret vault of the library, or whatever they called it, and we need something to offer in trade. Could you loan us your expertise? We need something that will get us access, and I don't know if this will do it. I think those are two options, and I don't know which one's right.
I think let's lay the cards on the table and judge their reaction.
Who's got a good insight check just before we roll in there?
Great.
Oh, not me.
+3.
Good insight.
I've got a +4 on insight.
+2.
He's just a country lawyer, folks.
Release.
That is a 24 with a nat 20.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. I think you kind of jumped the gun on that roll, but we'll put a pin in that one. You can hold it for a second. So you guys are just gonna go in and you're gonna say, "Hey, these books attacked people. We're from Candlekeep. We're tasked with figuring out what's going on. We've traced them back to you guys. What the hell is going on? Is that?"
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do think
that can I suggest something?
Yes.
I think that Matlock should be the one to actually say this because he's said very little so far. And then they're not going to be as mad at you for spinning all these lies and tales and
fair.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you go in there, if Dorian goes in there, for example, and throws that on top of everything, then they're going to be like, "Oh, how do we believe you?"
Right.
You've done so many different things. So, yeah.
In my culture, lying is a sign of respect.
I understand that, but I don't think these people do. That's my suggestion.
Okay, so let's assume that Matlock goes in and does all that then.
Okay, so hold that 24 for your insight check.
Oh, I will.
But give me some sort of. It's up to you whether you want to do deception, persuasion, or intimidation. How you want to frame this conversation. But give me some sort of get them to tell you what they want roll. Give me some sort of.
Oh, I think it's going to be persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay.
I have a +5 in persuasion.
You did build a Matlock.
Please don't let me down now, Ben.
Hold on. Who was?
Matlock, you fucker.
Well, I don't want to. I do kind of like I do like the calm, gentle Matlock forward approach, but we're all kind of in the area, and I do want to be taking more of an intimidation stance if it gets him advantage on the roll or whatever.
Well, he's trying to do a persuasion check, so I'm not going to let you piggyback an intimidation on that.
I not only that, I rolled my persuasion check, and it is a 15.
A 15?
Okay.
Okay. So as you start getting into the kind of meat and bones of the story, Corvala kind of hushes you a little bit as you're talking and pulls you a little bit deeper where she hopes passersby won't overhear. And let me. Okay. Yeah, she says, look, I know what's going on. I can explain it to you guys, but we can't do this out here in the open. Can you guys come back to my place later?
I mean, yes, yes, we can, but
Okay.
Okay. She says, "Give me 20 minutes, and we can walk back there. It's only about 10 minutes away from here."
I mean, will Matlock's insight check tell us? If we're
Yeah, sure.
correct?
She seems so. With your insight check, you get the sense that she is being absolutely genuine. She is not trying to. You get the sense that she definitely
Murder
wants
us.
you there because she would feel safer there. But yeah, Matlock, you do not get the sense that it's overt trap.
Okay.
type.
Okay, yeah. So she hustles to get the last few things done, and then gathers you guys up and says, "Please follow me." And she leads you down and out of the wide, and just to the other side of the gate, so back into the lower city. Kind of right in the shadow of the upper city wall, kind of a dingy industrial or type warehouse type district, and leads you to a small building over that way. And hold on 1 second while I and mapping y'all.
Yay! I can't wait to be in Mappin.
Let me get the right notes up in front of me.
You know what word I can't get over? Ensorcelled.
Ensorcelled?
It's very real.
I think it is.
Real word?
The way Damon uses it must be a real word.
That's right.
Yeah, it's real.
It's a great word.
I just Googled it.
Ensorcelment, I think, also. It's like, come on.
So let's
Does it just
see.
send tingles down your spine? Ensorcelment.
Ensorcelment.
I think that's going to be the name of my band. Ensorcelment.
Ensorcelment.
The Ensorcelators.
The Ensorcelators.
Google does say it is
No.
archaic, which
yeah, not a whole lot of sorcery talk anymore. And society's the poorer for it, if I do say so myself.
There. Let me. I'm sorry. There are. What layer are you on? There you are. There are people here that aren't actually here right now.
Sounds like your house is haunted.
Katie, he's talking to himself again.
Oop. I'm doing this. I'm sorry. I'm just getting this revealed. Depending on how you guys approach this, the setup's a little different.
I'm texting my mommy.
There. Okay. Let me drop you guys on here.
Hi, man.
Hi, Mom.
So.
That's right, Internet. When you're looking at your bingo card for this week's episode of Thankless Role Players, please make sure to mark the square for Becky texting her mom.
Yeah, you
narrow
guys are, if you look at your map, led to the small building. You're led through this first room here. That's the common room. Seven mismatched chairs are scattered around this homely common room. A couple of mugs and plates still sit on a small circular table in the center of the space. A tattered and faded rug decorates the wooden floor. You're led through there. In
Is that
up here?
is that Corvala on the
Yeah.
icon? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the art
She
for
is
her, honestly.
creepy
It
as
doesn't
hell.
fit
Sorry.
with the description in the module at all, honestly. And then
Okay.
yeah, you're led through this room, which is like a wide corridor more than an actual room. And it's long and crowded with 6 narrow cots. And then you are led back to this room with Corvala. That's her office. Yeah, he is,
Who's the
and
dude? Is
he
he actually
looks
in the room?
like another. He looks very similar to the rest of the folks you've seen in this. What you remember being described to you last night as a clan. Yeah, so he seems to be another brother or cousin or something like that.
Note to
He
self.
kind of
Much
smiles and nods
inbreeding.
as you guys come
Okay.
through, and of course looks a little sideways at Cordy, but being led by Corvala, he's perfectly friendly as you guys come through. So yeah, you guys are led into A4,
Okay.
Corvala's office. A large wooden desk takes up most of the room. Atop the desk sits a quill and a bottle of ink next to a leather-bound journal. A pair of decorative swords hangs on the wall behind the desk. There's a single bed tucked against the western wall. So yeah, she sits down and says, "Okay. Here's the truth of it. There's no point in trying to deceive you guys. We are a tribe of jackalware.
What? For what?
Jackalware.
Hmm.
Oh, I know. Sorry. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which, yeah, you've only seen them. They look like people to you guys. We are a little down on our luck at the moment, and we have some obligations that require some serious funds. I was taught a ritual to create a small shape-changing beast that is bound to me.
Huh.
So I created 3 of these beasts, and I told them to take the shape of these books, and for all intents and purposes, they were exact copies of these books.
That's wild.
And I ordered them to maintain that form, and I sold them, and I don't know, I guess they must have gotten hungry.
Huh.
I didn't write the module, Max.
Huh.
So, how does doing this? How did doing that help your funds situation?
Because I can sell 2 copies of the same book.
Oh.
Or I can make infinite copies of this,
Right.
10,000 gold book, and
but at the cost
still have the originals.
But
I mean, people forge artifacts. You're an artifact forger. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they are exact copies.
But these forgeries are also apparently alive, like actual creatures.
And
they punched me in the
for
brain.
that, I sincerely apologize. That was not my. And while they are animated, I don't know if alive is the best word, but I'm not here to split hairs with you. I understand you're reasonably upset.
Oh no, I think it's actually quite clever.
Well, seems to me the only right thing to do is be to return all the funds to the people that you sold the false items to. And also, are there any
they
more
still
of those
useful
that
as
run
books?
around?
Well, they've all been destroyed, and when they were vanquished, they poofed.
All right,
and you remember your charge is to not to the people who originally bought the books. It's to the library.
So
sure, but there's a right.
Tell us this. Oh, go ahead now.
Sorry, wait. I just took a bite.
Can you tell us? Yeah.
So yeah, Corvala asks, I guess what
Well, I don't think it's right to be doing
that was the cards.
Well, can you tell me at least, like, whatever these things are that you made, can you tell us at least how to tell the difference between
from
one of them
what
and
you've
the real
told
thing?
me, the 3 I made into books have all been found.
Well, I know. I'm trying to educate myself for the future because I don't exactly want to get punched in the brain by a book again.
So I'm
You're
under the effect of a spell by the person that taught me this ritual, and I can't divulge any more information.
Oh.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I will tell you that they make identical copies.
Okay.
I guess I could tell you that, they're obviously magical.
Dorian starts to tune out everything that this person is saying and just
I think
vows to never
that
open
Nell
up again.
would have a little bit of moralizing to do. And she would very sternly be saying, like, it's not exactly ethical what you're doing. And
It's not exactly an ethical world we live in. Especially if you're a jackalware.
Admitted. Now, we're beholden to the library and have a vested interest in at least getting some kind of recompense, perhaps some other rare find to recoup their fraudulent loss. But
so in cards on the table.
Yeah.
Can I just give you the 3 original copies and we call ourselves done?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
For real?
Oh no, not at all. I'm going to.
I think that what happens here
because you're bad people. You're a bad thing.
I mean,
I think that's the right thing to do.
I mean, they got.
Cordy.
This would be a really different conversation if someone had died as a result of one of these things. You understand that, right?
I do understand that, but no one
people
died.
Die? I can't remember.
So that's.
This to me looks like a situation of no harm, no foul. We thank you for the books. We just go on our way.
Yeah, I think that. Well, I think that's a start, but I think we can look. I think we can look at Miss Corvala here, and we can say, when they ask us what happened, we're going to tell them that we slew a beast that, bound itself to inanimate objects that looked like books. And that way they don't come hunting for you. However, if we catch wind of any books coming and punching people in brains and hurting them, no questions asked, we are coming back for your
We
tribe.
are clear, and
Are we clear?
Hand to God, I swear, if I had known this was going to be the outcome, this is not something I would have pursued. Go ahead.
Insight check.
Before we leave, I'd like to take 10 minutes with the books, if I may.
You rolled a 9? Yeah, she seems to
I rolled a
be
9.
giving you the straight dope, as it were.
I extend a hand to handshake her.
Okay.
Yeah, she shakes your hand.
Alright.
And she says, I'm very sorry, but could I have you wait in the common room?
Hell no.
Why not?
Because then they're going to just run away.
Because you need to go get the real books.
I do need to retrieve the books, but at the same time, you can understand why I don't want everyone to know exactly where my most treasured books are hidden.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, Dorian walks out.
Cordy stays if everyone else goes.
Okay, that's so everyone else leaves, Cordy stays. She sighs and she pushes her desk to the side, revealing a trap door. And she goes, "Wait here."
Oh no! I look down. Is it like a tunnel?
Let me see what you would see looking down here. So it's a downward sloping tunnel that you can see after not very far, 15 feet or so, opens up into a room, small room.
What's
You
down
can't
there?
tell. You can't tell if it tees off after that or anything. There's some lights. You can just see the only thing you can see a corner of a chest or a storage trunk.
I ask her what's down there.
She says, "Well, obviously my valuable books that I want to keep hidden. It's our cash."
Oh, you first.
Okay, and she goes down, and do you follow?
Yep.
Okay. Hold on.
Kill him.
No one. Yes.
Polygon reveal.
Finish him.
Scroll down a little bit on the map you're on.
Oh.
A narrow descending passage ends in a circular chamber containing 2 padlocked wooden trunks. So yeah, Corvala goes over to the trunk on the right, and she opens it. And you notice she brought down her copy of Wanderings that you guys had been looking at earlier, and she puts that in the trunk. And she pulls out 3 more leather-bound packets the size of books, and she turns around and she hands them out to you.
Okay, I take the books and
she locks everything back up and motions for you to head back up the passage and up the ladder.
Okay, I do so.
She follows, moves her desk back, and takes you into this main room. You said you wanted 10 minutes with the books, right?
Yep. And I do
Yep.
so.
And she says, yes. Like I said, there were some mismatched chairs around and some end tables. Make yourselves at home. Can I make you a tea?
No.
Okay. And she sticks her head in this side room and says to someone in there that she would like a cup of tea.
Yeah, and I just take 10 minutes to cast detect magic as a ritual, and I'm just trying to detect if there is any kind of illusion or anything going on with the books themselves.
Remind me exactly what detect magic does.
Yeah,
I can't remember the word of the spell. I want to make sure I get this right.
Within 60 feet of me, like in a cone, I can detect the presence or absence of magical auras, and with enough concentration, I can kind of rank their power level. Like kind of.
Okay. You're getting nothing from the books, but I would assume you're sitting up or standing down, sitting up or standing with the book, and you're looking down. The rug is magical.
I concentrate on the rug. You can use to see a faint aura. I'd like to use an action to see a faint aura around. And I'd like to learn its school of magic, if any.
Let me see here.
This is a fun little game that I like to play.
I need to learn that as well.
I'm sorry. Because if it was some kind of construct like a smothering rug, it would be like a transmutation, I think, or something.
How do I? That's not what I need. Hold on one second. I need to look this up another way. Oh. I would say yes, you get transmutation off it.
Okay. So that's a good indication that as soon as I get any kind of a chance to do so, I'm not going to be standing on that rug or anywhere near that rug. And
so just tell me, just for flavor, do you like super cash just kind of stroll off the rug?
Yeah, like I think that here's the scene. So as so Cordy is kind of like poring over the books, like muttering the incantation for detect magic, and as it activates, he like looks at the three books very closely, but doesn't catch anything. Just out of the corner of his eye, he sees that the rug has some sort of aura about it, and he takes a moment to glance at it, sees it as transmutation, and he kind of like he does dart a quick glance over at the what's the woman's name?
Corvala?
Corvala. Is she still in the room with me?
Yes, she is. She has just received her cup of tea and is standing in the corner sipping it, kind of watching you look at the books.
Okay, yeah. So casually I just pick up the books and I say, well, thank you. I think that satisfied my curiosity.
And she says, "Thank you. I'm very happy we were able to resolve this amicably."
All right. And then Cordy just leaves.
Cool.
And everybody else with him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And you plan to make all due haste back to Candlekeep? Is that the?
Yep, do so and return or give the books to the people that bought the correct thing or what have you.
So you're getting them to Candlekeep because they would be who's out the money right now or out the product.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Let me see here. Yep, you managed to do that. Yeah, so as... Oh, get back to the right page. Yeah, as you come back, you are ushered back to that original chamber where you were first briefed. You are hailed as the returning heroes, and yes, you get your Helm of Comprehending Languages.
Wow!
Cool.
Yay!
Ooh.
Yeah, and you've definitely gotten the attention of the brass at Candlekeep, Matlock. You've been around, and your situation is a little bit known, and the brass at Candlekeep vow to assist you in any way they can, and they will start putting out some feelers for solutions for Black River.
Cool.
So you've got that in your pocket, and the rest of you, yes, have the Helm of Comprehend Languages as a group, and the appreciation of the Keepers of Candlekeep.
How much is the appreciation of Candlekeep keepers worth?
Are you interested in a monetary value, or a favor, or information?
Do
Well,
we
it
each get
sounds
one?
like if all of those are available,
do you want to
for-
just keep a favor in your pocket?
I think I'll just keep it in my pocket for now. Then
Okay, you can certainly find my secretary anytime, and you will have a direct line to me.
I want to point out that that Max Blockchain said that in a voice very much like, "Do you want to see what's in my pocket?"
Right.
It was a very sultry way of saying that. I commend you,
Yes.
Max Blockchain.
Dude.
No, but Max, especially given the circles you run in, you know that Candlekeep, while it is a very prestigious institution, probably also has its finger on the pulse of the various underworlds. So yeah, there's definitely it's a good friend to have.
one never knows what one can do with a favor.
Yep.
Exactly.
Best not cash it in too quickly.
Well, nice, successfully negotiated, peaceful resolution there, guys. I felt it slipping away.
Correct.
Yeah, I felt
Wow.
that getting kind of close to blows there a couple times, but cooler heads prevailed. Well done.
A truly diplomatic game.
Yeah.
I don't know.